everyone, Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide, and I am sitting here with Brandon Mychal Smith. Of course, he plays Craig on one of my favorite shows, For Weddings and a Funeral.
Thank you. Yes. It's good to be here, everybody. Hello.
So this show is kind of slowly but steadily taking the world by storm, and it is based off of one of my old-time favorite movies,
For Weddings and a Funeral. Yes, a classic.
So tell me, when you got, propositions for this project, had you seen that film, and did they kind of give you a landscape of how much it would actually be based off of the film and what aspects they'd be taking from it?
Yeah, that's a great question. When I was propositioned for the film, I had not seen the original, the Richard Curtis classic, For Weddings and a Funeral, but I had heard tons about it. It was kind of one of those things where
Hugh Grant.
Yeah,
right?
It's like Hugh Grant's first Golden Globe, as well as the UK's first Golden Globe. So I knew what it meant to the culture and to the film industry. So that really intrigued me. The moment that I even got the call to come in and read, I made sure I did my research. I'm big on getting into the nitty-gritty, watching the films of the director, of the producer. So I watched a few Richard Curtis films, and obviously For Weddings was first on the list, and I watched it twice, and it was great. I mean, just a quality film. I mean, I think I had a little tear at one part of the film, when he was kissing in the rain. But no, the film is just an iconic, classic film, absolute perfect. And, I was excited for us to put that millennial spin, that modernized appeal and version to this film, and really bring that multicultural aspect. Obviously, working with Mindy was a dream come true, and I knew that anything she touched was going to turn to gold.
What was her involvement in the project?
Mindy's involvement was, she was there day to day.
Wow.
She was all over it. She definitely put her stamp on it, and I think that's what allowed us to feel so comfortable and excited to be a part of this, because it wasn't just like she was in some room in LA. She was there with us for the first month, in the trenches with us, and really giving us that confidence to take risks, to make decisions based on creativity and instinct for the character. And I think her, freedom and the way in which she was producing and giving us insight and giving us all this positive energy. I mean, Mindy is just a walking ball of positivity. And when you're around her, you feel inspired and you feel ready to work. You want to make, her happy, yourself happy, and the environment is very conducive to that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the movie versus the television show, obviously very different. You mentioned the millennial spin on things, but could you at all pinpoint, as far as your character Craig, where that perhaps was taken from the movie, or do you think it's just a whole new spin, just with a similar background in place?
I think it's a whole new spin with a similar background. I think obviously the bones of For Weddings and a Funeral are there, but we really wanted to, like you said, bring this project into 2019 and beyond, and really provide that platform to where everyone in the world could see themselves in this show, in this reality, in this, essentially paradigm of characters. And we were really excited that we had that opportunity to really break the mold, and to also create new realities, new, risks, take new risks, but in the same time have that romantic comedy, that romantic classic rom-com, energy that we would bring to it, and bring that whimsical kind of like Friends meets For Weddings and a Funeral, but also with a diversity of characters that you didn't see in the original film, and to really be a microcosm of what the world is now, which I think is a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and ideologies. And, relationships are key, And I think this show really gives you a guidebook and makes you feel at home about your relationship, and can maybe potentially help you get over that hump with someone that you love, or a past love. And, we're really happy to be that kind of home space for the world,
I truly feel that, though. I mean, the show has touched me, and I know a lot of other people, and I'm not just saying this because you're sitting here, I promise you. However, Craig, I feel, is the most likable character.
Thank you so much.
Out of the bunch. So,
Thank you.
Besides that obvious fact that you like this dude, people can relate to him, what was it about him that you said, I really want to play this guy and I relate to him in a lot of ways?
I think he's such an aspirational character, and I think that's what's exciting about a show like this is you have a lot of characters that have these aspirational qualities, but also have these down-to-earth qualities and these quirky qualities and these imperfections, and it allows them to be perfectly imperfect. And I think with Craig, I was really excited to put my feet in the shoes of someone who I would love to be. I went to school for finance and minored in sociology and ended up leaving that for, Hollywood and to pursue my true passion, which is entertaining and, changing people's emotional palette, and most importantly, allowing people of color to see themselves more prominently in Hollywood. And I feel like that weight is on my back for the rest of my life, and I'm happy to carry it and happy to bring the people up around me and inspire other kids and adults and, people of color to go be fearless. And I think that's another reason why I was so excited about this project, to have a fearless person of color like Mindy being at the helm of this show, and to also be working with, future legends like Nathalie Emmanuel, a person of color, and seeing a person of color lead a series that was led by a person that is not of color, and to see that change happening right before my eyes. And I really feel like we're a part of this, shift of culture, this opening of hearts. We want to see everybody. We want to see whites, blacks, Latins, Asians, Indians, everybody, LGBT, trans, women at the lead, men at the lead, kids leading. I think that the goal is to diversify this industry and empower those who have been left behind and potentially forgotten about because of the dynamic that is what Hollywood was, and to continue to allow it to evolve. And I think Craig was a character that, as I said before, is so aspirational. I mean, growing up, most of my friends' parents were, had pretty, modest jobs. Had a few friends whose parents were doctors, but I don't remember growing up with any of my friends' parents who were, financial gurus, like Craig, being one of the lead guys over at Goldman Sachs in this particular series. So I think to see an African American at the top of his game, but still being down to earth, relatable, almost like a Will Smith, meets a bit of a, Denzel, classy, refined, always wearing a suit, just very aspirational, clean cut, but still can have a good time. And then more importantly, to see the diversity of the relationship that he has, being that it is a multicultural relationship between him and Zara, played by Sophia LaPorta, who does such a wonderful job. And I think, we really represent the future. And I think to have been given that opportunity to really represent the world as it is and as has always been, which is diverse and multi-ethnic, multicultural, it's just a great opportunity that this franchise and the great people over at MGM and Universal and Hulu allowed us to make this kind of groundbreaking move in showing diversity, showing a powerful, strong woman at the forefront. I love everything about this show, and everything about Craig's character made me go, wow, this is the kind of change that I want to be a part of.
Well, you mentioned your character and Zara, of course, so I've always been teetering on if I trust this girl, what's happening. It's funny because I am a fan of like The Bachelor, Love Island, my favorite episode so far was that wedding episode.
Oh, it was great.
What was it like shooting that?
That was unbelievable. I mean, like I said again, it's the producing team. They really went all out in making that scene, making the wedding scene. I mean, even the wedding scene with Nikesh. Just the beauty of it. Each of these shots, we really tried to go for home runs. And obviously, London plays a big character in this show. But I think we really have to take our hats off to the team, to the design team, to the the set decorators, Salvador Perez, our costume designer. There was not one brick left unturned, not one stone left unturned. And I think everybody came to the field looking to hit home runs. And you can see it from top to bottom, from the writing to the set design. And when you look at a scene like My Wedding with Zara, the fabulousness of it, if that's even a word, you know, the just pure beauty of all the colors, the ice sculptures. I mean, we shot in this beautiful, huge castle in the far ends of London, and you know, to have that royal aspect, that grand energy, I think it's just a kudos to the production team and Hulu and MGM and Universal for believing in us, for believing in this product and this content, and putting, you know, their heart and souls behind it. And you can see it in the quality of a scene like that wedding scene where you feel like you're there. Mm-hmm. You feel like you feel like you want to take something home. You know,
it was
like,
so meta,
yeah,
in that way, because it was literally us watching a TV show that a TV show is being made on that wedding, and we're watching it. Like, that's one of the most brilliant things about the show is the use of this millennial like culture, right, that we've grown into. That's so important.
Exactly. You know, and I think, like I said again, it's just big kudos to the whole production team and the writers and the creative people behind the scenes that don't get enough kudos, is that they were genius enough to provide those kind of aspects and give that millennial energy. You know, we're a big culture that loves to see each other live and in reality. Reality TV's big, and we like to feel like we as a viewer are in somehow this particular world. And I think that we do that really, really, you know, creatively, like you said, with, you know, the show being shot within the show during the wedding scene, and even scenes like
Hotels.com.
Yeah, shout out Hotels.com.
Not sponsored, but I mean, you're welcome too.
We love you. So yeah, you know, I think that ability to bring that millennial culture to this show was done so seamlessly and poetically, honestly.
Well, what can you tease us? There's 4 episodes left.
Dun dun dun! Yes.
It's really.
Yes, I know.
I'm so excited to see the rest.
Know.
Can you tease us? Because I feel like your journey is going to change a bit because it's been going so well.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot coming for Craig. You're gonna see that in these next 4 episodes. A big secret is revealed. A big reality is discovered. A big weight is added to Craig's shoulder, but it ends up becoming one of the biggest joys of his life. And I think, like a lot of people, when this particular situation happens, initially it can be a bit daunting, having this new responsibility. But there's going to be a part of this next 4 episodes where you see Craig really become a different type of man, that, again, aspirational man, but in the same regards, a man who puts his foot down and takes responsibility for what's important in life. You know, yeah, it's really beautiful the way in which it kind of leads up into The Secret.
Well, I know that Hulu does a lot of limited series kinds of things, but I mean, I'm hoping this definitely gets a second, third, so on and so forth.
You guys keep tweeting out the good tweets, and you know, we'll keep our eyes open. You know, I think we're all very focused on these next 4 episodes and making sure that the world tunes in and enjoys it, and you know, we leave optimism and the magic of season 2 and 3 and 4 to the world and divine intervention.
Amazing. Well, anything else you have going on until you hear the good news, hopefully, for season 2?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm able to talk about this other thing.
It's gonna be big.
Yeah, it was a new movie coming. Really exciting film coming. Yeah, just look out for the new movie coming soon. We start shooting it in October, and you know, it's a franchise that I've been a part of for the last 2 or 3 years. So you can maybe connect the dots and cowabunga.
Yeah, do some detective work, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and
thank you.
Everybody.
You were amazing. Let me give a round of applause. Come on, people. Come on, y'all, clap. Let's be honest. Those questions, those were spot on, as they would say in London.
Well, I am going to be watching every single week on Hulu on Wednesdays.
Yes.
You guys should too.
Tune in.
Thank
please.
you for joining us.
Thank you. And
We'll
happy
see you
Friday.
next time. Happy Friday.
Wherever you are in the world.
Bye.
Cheers.